One day, James was resting in a siding. He had to do odd jobs around the big station and was glad of a rest. Sometimes, James would think about the old days, when he was new to the railway. Certain events had happened during that time, but one particular incident, he recalled, involved a silly accident with Gordon and Henry.
Well, it did deserve it. Served him right for teasing me.
When James came to Sodor, he had a nasty accident. After he came back from being mended, Gordon and Henry would tease him non-stop.
Well, look who it is, Henry. Silly old James. The only engine to spend the morning in a cow pasture.
Try not to do that anymore, James. The Fat Controller doesn't brew up engines idling about in the fields.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that, Henry. I think James has learned his lesson.
James, at that time, didn't know the two engines were joking. He was still new after all. James always stopped at Edwards Station to set down trucks. Often, he had to wait here for the express to pass, but his mind wasn't on the trucks this morning.
Right this morning, James. Are your brakes acting up again?
No, I'm tired of Henry and Gordon's jokes. It's not my fault I went into the cow's pasture. If anything, it was those wooden brakes I had.
They don't mean any harm, James, so pay no attention to them. They just like to hear themselves talk.
James tried hard, but Gordon and Henry were not easy engines to convince. Often, in the shed, they would joke about stories about a red engine and some cows. James wanted to pay them out, but he wasn't sure how. One day, James was on his way home with a slow goods. He stopped to allow Gordon to pass by.
Where is that Gordon? He doesn't take this long to pass through.
He waited and waited, but Gordon never came. Just then, a phone rang from inside the station. James could hear two men talking. One of them eventually called James's driver over.
There's been an accident down the line. Gordon has derailed just outside the last station. They're allowing us to proceed to help clear up the mess.
James arrived to find Edward and the workmen already at the scene. They saw Gordon halfway across the field, with the remainder of Henry's tail all around him. The passengers weren't hurt, although Gordon and Henry felt rather embarrassed. All James could do was laugh as he helped Edward clear the mess.
What are you giggling about, little James?
Don't worry, Gordon. Your secret is safe with me.
Neither Gordon or Henry knew what James meant by that, although it was probably better if they hadn't.